Hi, so I wanted to do a quick review on the Garmin Vivosmart HR. So it's a wearable that tracks your heart rate and a bunch of other stuff that basically all of the wearables do. But I'm actually going to be returning my little friend here, so I wanted to tell you guys why I was returning it and some things that I actually liked about it. So in case you are looking for something that you can help you track your fitness or maybe give you a little bit of oomph to get out and work out, that is what this is for. So without further ado, let's talk about it. All right, so this is the Garmin Vivosmart HR. I will be returning this for 3 reasons. Before I tell you guys that, just to give you kind of a quick rundown if you haven't seen this before, it is pretty cool. So it has a nice digital display here, connects to your smartphone. It has your heart rate, which is recorded through this optical heart rate monitor. You have your smartphone notifications, so that's not just calls, texts, or certain things, so you actually get all of your notifications on it, which could be cool or annoying depending on if you like that or not. So it gives you the weather. You can connect to your music as well through your phone. So far I've only seen this work with your actual music that's on your phone. So I was listening to Pandora, told it to go to the next song, and it actually went to a song on my phone instead of the next song on Pandora. So it keeps track of your distance, calories burned, how many intense minutes that you've used, stairs, steps, and then back to the time. So of course you're able to customize this information all through the app and whatnot, but it also has a silent alarm. There is a do not disturb feature and a little button on the side. So most of it is worked through just the touch screen, but you've got a, like I said, silent alarm, you've got some settings, Bluetooth settings, that kind of stuff, and just to be able to record when you're actually about to do certain exercises. So this is completely waterproof, which is actually the big reason why I decided to purchase this. Is I liked the idea of never having to take it off. So keeping it on during the shower, if you were to go for a swim, go to the beach, all that kind of stuff, you don't have to worry about it. It's completely waterproof, so not just splash proof, but you can actually swim with it, which is super cool. The display is actually really good, so I never had a problem being able to read it, regardless of if it was really sunny out or really dark. Notices if you like turn your wrist a certain way, it will light up, so it'll have a backlight, which is nice as well, so in the dark you're able to still see. So those are the things that are good about it. The actual reasons why I am returning it. So first, before I tell you that, you should know I am not an extremely active person. So I am 24, I go to work every day, typical. I actually travel for work a lot. I'm 115 pounds, 5'4", so really small. And that is actually one of the big reasons why I've decided to return this. So, as you can see, I guess before I bought this, I only saw this watch on men or something. On my little wrist, it looks massive to me. I don't know what I was expecting. I guess I thought it was smaller. I don't know. And when I first pulled it out of the box, I was like, oh man, that looks kind of big. But I was a Garmin person and I chose it, so I wanted it to work. Yeah, it is not great. So it's not really cute, which I hate being the person who, returns something just because it's not cute, quote unquote. But let's be honest, if you're gonna wear something every day, it should affect your confidence in a positive way, and this did not do that for me. Also, you can notice that this is actually a purple. I'm not sure if you can see that, but they are basically all masculine colors. So you have black, really dark blue, or this extremely dark purple. So there really aren't any cute colors either. I don't know if Garmin thought that only men would be purchasing this watch or what, but this purple is not cutting it as far as when you compare it to Fitbit and Polar and Misfit, all of these others that are, beautiful. And then you look at this one and it's just really manly. So that's actually a huge reason why I'm returning it, is it's not affecting my confidence well. So that's the first reason. So the second reason is the optical sensor. So I'm trying to get a good shot of it here. So if you guys can see, it kind of goes down pretty deep. So it's a pretty big optical sensor. So it really doesn't look that big, and to be honest, maybe it's not if you have bigger wrists or something, but for me, this actually ended up being really uncomfortable, like to the point of pain. So I wear my watches really tight. I hate when they move around, so I typically wear them extremely tight. So I loved that I could cinch this puppy down with these, nice holes here, like that go really far up the band. Loved that. But when I did actually cinch it down at first, because I, love my watches really tight, this actually dug into my skin, which isn't a problem. I'm actually pretty used to that with my normal watches because I do wear them so tight. But with this one, it actually started feeling like a bruise on my skin, I guess because it was staying in the same place all day. So then I actually loosened it. I was like, you know what, that's not the Garmin's fault, that's my fault for wearing it too tight. So I loosened it a lot, almost to the point where it was able to be moved a lot more, which was not my preference, but I know that you're supposed to wear it a little bit looser. So I did wear it looser, and it's still, I guess because of the way that it is, designed or built, it still kind of stuck into my skin. So it just, even though the watch could move, it wouldn't, because it would be kind of like this thing was like an anchor into my skin. So it still gave me that bruise feel after, now granted, a long time of wearing it, probably 6 hours at least of wearing it before any pain happened. But I wanted to be able to wear this all day, every day, until I had to charge it. So that actually caused a lot of pain. So that's reason number 2. Oh, and I actually tried on the Fitbit Charge HR all day. So I was able to borrow it from someone and used that all day and did not have the same thing happen. So it records heart rate the same way optically. It just somehow, I don't know if it's a little smaller or if it's just not quite as obtrusive, but that's what happened. So that's reason number 2. Reason number 3 is the actual Connect app. So on this, it's pretty easy to see, right? But on the actual application on the phone, it was not so easy. So I consider myself a fairly intelligent human being. I had heard on a lot of reviews that the Garmin Connect app just really didn't measure up to all of the other ones when you compare it to things like Fitbit and Under Armour and stuff. But like I said, I figured I was fairly intelligent. I could figure it out. And it's not like it's not pretty. That's not the problem with it. And it's not so difficult to understand. I couldn't seem to get the data that I wanted out of the application easily. So whenever this records sleep, which it does do automatically, which is very nice, but it only records, of course, light sleep, deep sleep, and active. I knew that going into it. A better sleep wearable isn't waterproof and doesn't really record heart rate well. So I knew that going into it, but I wanted to know exactly at what point did things go awry for me at night, so I could kind of determine, do I need to get better curtains when the sun comes up, or is it, I don't know, something else, something that I could determine what the problem was so that I could alleviate those sleep problems. And I couldn't really figure it out from what I saw. It is a bar graph, basically, of the time frame that you slept in. And there was one night where I don't think that this recorded it exactly right. I don't know exactly what happened, but it just showed that I had like 10 hours of deep sleep, which I never get. And to be fair, I felt great the next morning, so maybe I did, but also that same night, this recorded my heart rate going through the roof, like 160, 180 while I'm sleeping. So I think something went wrong with the actual, I don't know, maybe the heart rate sensor or everything, I'm not sure. But for whatever reason, I just didn't really trust it. So with that said, though, the Connect app does connect to your MyFitnessPal, which is really nice to be able to compare what the calorie count is on this versus the calories that you're actually taking in. So I did like that, but that's about the only thing that I liked about the app. So those are the 3 reasons why I'm returning my little buddy here. It's not cute. It kind of hurt me a little bit, the optical sensor, and the Connect app just really leaves a lot to be desired. So I actually have not decided what wearable I'm going to move to, but we'll see, if any at all. I'm leaning towards Fitbit right now, but after, a lot of reviews are not real great on the whole optical heart rate sensor stuff, I thought that it was really important to me. But after having this for 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, something like that, I'm not sure that it really matters to me that much. I was really just looking for something to kind of push me to get off of my rear end and go to the gym, and also just to be able to see kind of what I did at the gym. So sometimes I run a little too hard or something and I feel like I'm going to die. So I'd like to know what it is. Is it my heart rate? Did I get too, did I go too high, or is it not my heart rate at all and there's something else that I should be paying attention to? So I like the idea of having a wearable that tells you that heart rate, but I know that optically it's not the best way to track it. So that's my review. As you can see, I am not a huge fitness person, so I would never tout to be an expert, but ultimately I'm an average consumer woman, younger. So I wanted to share what my findings were, just in case there was another person out there like me who wanted to know the things that I found. Thanks for watching.